that you've got the idea of these.
So I do that for marking it.
Oh, you better do a bit to yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you've got it's down to these high carnation candles still. Okay.
I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I mean.
Please.
That one. No, that one. Share. Right. Can you see my MT5?
I can. Yes.
Yeah. But basically, all I do, I don't use that monitor thing that we looked at before.
Right.
All I do every morning, I get up at 7 o'clock, or I come on the computer at 7 o'clock, look at the H4, and I just go through them all looking for a setup. I mean, with a H8 candle, apparently it's got a wick at either end. It's an indecisive candle. If it's only got a wick on the top, it's a bullish candle. If it's only got a wick on the bottom, it's a bearish candle.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. That's all you go off. So if I'm looking to set Baldies on, like whatever it's on, I wouldn't set it on this because it's a either or candle. So for this one, there's no trade. So I just look at the next one. Same again. I wouldn't touch that, even though it looks like there's a good strong trend here. It's not. It's too indecisive. Same again.
Not really. I can't. Can you do me a favour? Sorry, can you put Control G to take out the grids just so because I can't see the wicks at the moment.
Oh right, okay.
Oh right, okay, I can see the wicks now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one is middle. Yeah.
Yeah. So go again. Same again. That's what I just looked at in it.
Right.
Okay. This is a bullish candle, so I trade buys here. It's a decent size one. The other thing I personally go for is that I want the current price to be higher than the wick on the previous candle, which it is by miles, just to confirm the trend. And it's also around right at the top. I mean, if it was trading down here somewhere, I wouldn't use this as a signal. But because it's a bullish candle and it's quite already trading near the top, I'd set Baldies on buys on this chart.
Okay.
Confirm it with these as well if you want to. But if I wanted to, sometimes if I'm not 100% sure, I'll knock it down to the H1 chart just to get a confirmation. I mean, yeah, it looks like it's going to retrace a little bit now. So I might have second thoughts. If I didn't have anything else set up, I'd come back to this. I'd probably trade this, but if because I haven't looked at all the other pairs yet, I'd sort of make a note and I'll this is like a reserve chart.
Yeah. Because
it's now trading below the wick of the previous one, so it looks like it's the price is going to start coming back a bit.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So just have another look, another one. This is what I did this morning. I traded this on buys. You can't see it.
So let me just get this right. So before we go far too ahead, so you do 4 hour.
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You only trade when it's got the wick, the right side of buys is above and sells is below.
Yeah.
You don't have any doji wicks, let's just say, with wicks by either side.
No. Like
you only trade if it's above the last body of the last candle.
Above the wick of the last candle.
Above the wick.
It's got to be trading, clearly traded above anything to do with the previous candle, or below if you're going to go into sells.
Yeah.
There we go. I mean, say if I was here, I wouldn't trade this because there's no confirmed trend really.
Yeah.
If this was this was a 7 o'clock and it was on this candle, I'd probably come in on that. Which might probably be a good idea, but yeah, but what I'll do around about between 7 and 7:10 is when I look at everything. I set Baldies running, and I set it to start gracefully closing after 8 o'clock. So it's only trading for 50 minutes.
Oh right.
And then usually by about 9 or 10 o'clock, I'm all out, and I've made stupid amounts of profit, and that's it for the day. because basically I'm riding the candle, the bullish candle that I'm trading on. At 7 o'clock, this is an hour into the candle. It forms a new candle at 6. And then so you've got an hour of that candle. If it's at the top of it, then it's confirmed that it's still bullish. It's been trading for an hour and it's still going in that direction.
Right.
And then it's likely to trade for another hour at least. And then I'm out by then. I'm out by 8 o'clock.
Wow. And what kind of profit are you doing a day in that time?
Right. Here's my FTMO. Where is it? Wait a minute.
Oh, that's a big drop.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a minute. These are the days I've been trading.
And that's been done in like an hour.
Yeah. This is Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Blimey. How many pairs you traded?
Between 7 and 10.
All right.
This was a 10 trade day. I did 7 today. 1 went wrong. 6 made about 500 quid profit, and then I just closed one when I got home from work, about 900 quid lost. And I know why, and I'll explain that now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. As long as you know why, don't it? So you generally get 7 pairs to do. It's generally enough there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at this as well. This consistency score 74%. I think
I can't get mine's not working on that.
It might disappear recently.
Yeah, I know, but I've got one at the moment, which I'm practicing manual trades. I've only done one day and I made 2.5 grand, but that's besides the point. But it's still a 0. And I lost 1 trade, and it's a trade that I closed out like a couple of dollars. Just every else trade, so it's 90. It should be 99%, but it's I don't know what it is, but there, that's nothing.
Yeah. But I mean, for a grid-based EA, I think that's pretty high. That's quite reliable, isn't it? Because everyone says grid trading's looking dangerous and all that.
Yeah. Be honest, mate. I've always, you know me. I've always done with Baldies. You know what I mean? I think I've always.
I think Baldies is the real deal. It's just we're trying to find the right place for it to trade where it's really going to shine. I totally
agree. At the moment, I've got mine just hedging at the moment, and what I do beginning of the week, I hedge. And I use EU and AU. So EA and GA, I trade in a certain direction because they go off on one, they do.
Right, yeah.
And you get caught up. And like last week, I didn't trade one in EA in a direction, and it got caught up in sells. Now, with FCFF, that's fine because it dropped on Monday, but you've got to close everything out. So I need something where, like you're doing, an hour's trading, 2 hours trading, it's done for the day.
Yeah.
Because I want to get in, get out, and I want to be able to trade 5 days a week. Because at the moment, I'm only trading I stopped trading on Wednesday.
Right.
Well, okay, I stopped trading on Wednesday. So I'm generally in a pair
3 days
still because I've just let it go. And at the moment, I'm in GU on buys, and I'm about $500-600 in drawdown. Now it's fine, but my aim is this week I'm about $1,800 on my account. So in theory, touching wood, by Friday I should have cleared GU. It should clear. I'm not saying it will, but GU tends to clear. But last week, say EA didn't Euro, and it did. It did literally Monday morning kind of thing. So it's a bit of a, I had to lose $700. So I was looking at something, and I haven't had a chance. Obviously I do it off my MAs.
Yeah.
But if you've got something which is more decisive, like you're saying, you're only using that one candle, aren't you? You're trading a 4-hour candle. You're saying
can trade within the candle, yeah.
Yeah, so I like the idea of that. 8 o'clock finish.
Yeah, I mean it's really smooth. This curve is. Apart from that,
that's awesome, isn't it?
And that's me. This was my max loss.
Yeah.
This was less than this, about 270, until yesterday, because I traded on a bank holiday like an idiot. The London wasn't open, was it? And 5 pairs went the wrong way, but they all came back and recovered. but not before it went into quite a bit drawdown. If I hadn't traded yesterday and I'd have stuck to proper trading days, then the max daily loss would have been about 270, I think it was, which is 0.5%, which is even safer in it. But
to be
I'll show
fair,
you
mate,
what happened with that thingy.
yeah,
This morning, I was where is it? ANZ. I was looking at. I traded buys on this candle because it's a nice big bullish candle, and I looked back at the 1 hour and I thought, yeah, it's confirmed it, blah blah blah. But then it's fucking gone like this, and if I looked at the 1 minute, this is what caused that big bullish candle, which is a complete anomaly, isn't it?
yes.
Over 1 minute, it shot through the roof, and it's of course, and then it's come back down again all day.
So basically, it's lied to you.
Yeah.
So, does that mean now you will just quickly check the 1 minute candles, lower candles, to see anything like that happens again? Is that something you'll put into your trading strategy?
I don't know. I'm thinking, if you remember a while back, remember NZD was used to go nuts on a bank holiday at midnight.
I remember you saying before, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking whether it's definitely over a bank holiday. I mean, if you look at, there's anything like that. I mean, there's a little one there, isn't there? Yeah. And there's one there as well.
Is there any pairs that you wouldn't trade on it?
No. I've not been trading gold. I would trade gold, and what's the other one?
US 30.
US 30, yeah, but they don't seem to generate reliable candles.
Okay.
I've never seen where is it? Wait a minute. That one. It's
GU30 is GU40 is good one.
Yeah, I mean, US 30 might be worth. The thing is, I've tried before last week when I was doing a demo. I came in from work about this time. Everything was closed off. Happy days. I had a quick look and I put about 4 pairs on with something similar to this, and they all went the wrong way. So I'm thinking, is it because it's that time of day?
Yeah, what time was that?
About this time.
Right. Okay.
It was in the evening, I think.
Yeah, what you tend to find, and I found this over, especially with US 30, around about 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6, it
jumps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets to its level, like let's say an MA, and it then just shoots back. It goes, or it's gone past, it's gone through like an MA, it's retracing back up, and then that's the drop. You know what I mean? It's that sharp movement. Or if it's gone past the MA and it's dropping, it tends to be a big movement, and it tends to be something opposite to what you're in.
Yeah,
kind of, that makes sense. So it might be a continuation, like buy. It's just gone past the MAs or a certain point. Let's just say a support and resistance point. It's then dropping down or going up to retest it, and then between 5 and 6, that's when the fly goes.
Yeah,
and that's what's probably happened. So previously, it's, let's say, been in sells because it's right. It's gone past the support. It's coming back down to the support, which is probably that last 4-hour candle saying it sells, and then it's shot back off again. So, it might not be the best, but that's around about 5 o'clock. It usually tends to go, like you see that big candle there.
This is gold.
That was,
Yeah, this is gold, and this is why I wouldn't trade it, because there's all these candles are indecisive candles. There's wick at either end,
Yeah.
But this is quite a good. Maybe we'll interesting to see what caused this, because this is a bit of an anomaly as well. So
there was news. Yeah. There was some news.
Yeah.
And it was negative against the dollar.
Right. Yeah, I'd be suspicious. I wouldn't trade that, although it's massive. US 30 on again. US 30. There's lots of indecisive candles. So there's nothing really that's.
Then there's lots of there's lots of good candles there as well, but it's just the top.
Yeah, but even in this trend,
there's a lot of time you're in it. You're not. You're doing it at a certain time. So
yeah. But so I tend to stick to forex pairs there a bit more. Sort of this. There you go. Look, these are all those 3 bullish candles on the trot. That's all. I trade this. I turn this on now. Is it NZD USD on buys? No, I wouldn't.
Can you put GU? Can you go to GU, please?
GU. Oh, that's the thing, isn't
it? Top there. Second one down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's still saying sells, isn't it? Or is that indecisive now?
Indecisive. All these candles are indecisive for 5 of them. I might look at H1. Yeah, see? It's not a smooth trend, is it?
No, but that's why it's indecisive now, because it's basically hopefully retracing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bullish signal.
Yeah.
It may be worth putting that on for an hour, even though it's a 1 hour chart. It's still a good chance. Usually I'll go for 4 hour, and if I can't find anything, if I find like 2 or 3 charts or something, I'll go back and start looking at 1 hour charts.
And because you're only trading that hour.
Yeah.
So would you look at other times of the day, or are you just happy with the time you're doing?
Well, at the minute, I'm only doing that because I leave for work at about 10 to 8. So I'll put it on, I get up, put these on, have breakfast, and go to work. And then come back from work about 5:30, 4:30. So if I was working from home, I'd be in and out all day. I'd be trying things middle of the morning. Do you know what I mean? Because if I can make 400 or 500 quid in an hour in the morning, if I can do that 4 or 5 times a day, I can do a challenge or demo in a day, couldn't I, in theory?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I could bring the lot size down and make it less risky and still make as much money. I mean, it's.
Do you use your TDI and stotch at the bottom then? Because they tend to.
I'll look at them quick. I mean, I'd get a confirmation that's worth going. These are both pointing up. So, yeah, that's a good signal. It's above that wick. So everything points to this being a good signal to take. So and these are just confirmations, aren't they? And if this was flat, I'd think twice.
And also, they're spread apart.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're only going to trade it. Let's say you trade an hour. You've got all that big doji bullish candle to the left, that one.
Yeah.
So you probably feel the gap above it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right at the top there. So you probably got a good hour there where you could, fire away, couldn't you?
Yeah, probably this candle will be a bullish candle as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You've got the resistance here.
Yeah. So your settings are like 4 pips, 3 pips, 5 grid again?
No, I'm looking at my laptop. My TPs are both 2 pips.
Your TP are both 2 pips, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The grid, the lot size is 0.4 or 0.5.
0.4, yeah.
The grid is 5.
Yeah.
And I'll set it to go down to 0.01 lots after the 5th trade.
The 6th?
From the 6th trade onwards, it'll go down to 0.01.
Right. 6. And how many times do you get into that point?
Not often.
So in theory,
look at today's.
Don't go more than 35 pips the wrong way.
No, I mean this is that one I took at a loss today.
Yeah.
Other than that, it didn't go to 0.01. Look. Yesterday, Bank Holiday Monday.
JPY.
These are the Bank Holiday ones that went a bit nuts. Even though only 3 of them did, and they all recovered. And then maybe I think one went. One's out on the 27th, Thursday. And that recovered. But more often than not, these are all coming out. And I started at 0.25s.
So you could take that to, in theory, you could take that to 10, couldn't you? The reason I say that is because some challenges now are being a bit funny about consistency and things like that. And I'm only going by using FCFF because they're our benchmark of how bad a company they are. You know what I mean? As in what I'm trying to say is if I can continue being paid, if they are paying, but continue getting my accounts very accepted with Baldies, then I should be okay with everything else because they're quite strict.
Right. I mean, if you want to be consistent, what you could do, instead of dropping from 4 to 0.01, you could use the dot size multiplier and use it as a reducer. So instead of 1.2 times, and it goes up every trade, set it to 0.7 or 0.8. So the first trade will be 0.4, the second trade will be 0.35, and so on, and it'll come down consistently. Do you know what I mean? Like a negative lot size increaser.
So being below 1, you're saying it then does it the opposite way then, yeah?
Yeah, well, no, from the start though. Instead of use the martingale function, or whatever it's called. Instead
yeah, no, yeah. What I'm saying, so instead of what I'm saying is, if you do 1.1, it increases, but if you do like below 1,
yeah,
it takes it each trades less.
Yeah. And if they're worried about being consistent, then that'll be consistently your lot size will consistently come down.
It's not martingale because it's reducing the lots, where martingale is increasing lots.
It's.
I like that idea actually. I haven't done that before. I'll be honest with you. All the times I've played around Baldy, I don't think, well, not in the last year anyway.
So if you could work it out, so that after 5.5, it is round about 0.01. I don't know, you maybe put it not a multiplier of 0.5 or something, so it halves each time, or maybe goes on a bit more than that. So by the time you're down to 10,
I want to. Well, currently, I'm at about 15 levels because I've got it in hedge. But going your philosophy and your idea, then you shouldn't potentially need that kind of many levels. But let's say 10 at the very most.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll practice that. I start like 0.80 and then see how many levels that takes you down to get, kind of.
Yeah. See how many trades it takes to get down to 0.01.
Because that's a good idea, isn't it? Because it's keeping your drawdown down.
Yeah. And it won't make so much profit, obviously, because, as the more positions you're opening, the lower the lot size, but it's going to be as safe as using our lot size reducer.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Depends for FTMO, don't care, so you don't need to do it with that.
Yeah, no. But what I'm trying to do, Neil, is if I can make $2,000 in 2 weeks, $1,000 to $2,000 in a couple of weeks,
yeah,
and get paid for it, then I'm okay with that on one account. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm reaching for the skies on one account.
Yeah.
If I can say do $1,000 a week, $2,000 every 2 weeks ish, then happy days. But doing it your way and the reducer, let's just say, I could keep trading 5 days a week. Like I don't do my next withdrawal till next Tuesday. Well, as soon as this GU comes out, mate, I ain't going back in again now.
No.
Because it'd be about 80. It's just going to be shy of $2,000. Well, I'm happy with that. Why? I'm not going to bother.
No.
I'm not going to do anything at all. Because I'm happy with what that is. The worst thing with that company is actually paying you. So I don't want to be doing too much kind of thing. So I just want to keep every 2 weeks, put in 1,000, 2,000, whatever. And then hopefully, if it takes 3 months to get paid for the first one, then they're really bad at the moment, really bad. But what I'm saying is, regardless of how long it takes, let's say it takes a month, at one point, if every 2 weeks I'm putting something in, my first one will be paid out, and then I'm on a roll, aren't they? Then they'll be paid virtually every week, in theory, if they kept to their part of their bargain. So it's not about how much. Like last week, it was only $300. It's just I had a bit of a mess around, and I went in a bit of drawdown and it took about 3-4 weeks because I thought, they're going to fold soon, so I won't bother.
Yeah.
But I got it back into about $300. Well, I was okay with that. I'm okay with that. They can, if they reject it, they reject it. It's just, for me, it's just trying to get a consistency.
Yeah.
And even at the moment, I'm using Baldies on hedging on the same pairs every single day, and it's been working. But not to the skill of yours.
I'll probably run this for another demo just to confirm it. And I was thinking I might buy the 10 grand account's only 100 quid in it. And if I pass that, I make £1,000 in my first month, 10%. That's 800 quid commission. I can buy a 50 grand account with that and scale up like that sort of thing. And I mean, but we'll see. But this
no. So what are you doing differently now? And what? And I probably know the answer, but what are you doing differently now? What you saying? You now understand how to manage them. So what's the difference? If just so
I didn't realize a simple rule that the bullish, the bearish, and the indecisive candles, and that's basically all you need to know. Before, I was just looking for a trend. I was thinking this is a great trend, although these candles are indecisive. And I suppose it is.
We did speak about it briefly before.
Yeah, after a doji,
I mentioned about like the wicks, the other side, but you're saying now it's more imperative than ever, kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll pull this one up. See, I mean that's looking like a trend, but it's below. It's already been down here on the previous candle, and it's retraced.
Right.
So
I wouldn't touch it.
I wouldn't. I might do. I look at the H1 because the H1 is shit. It's not going to do anything on Baldies going in direction there, so it's freaking not worth it. So look at another one. I'll just scroll through. That's so
okay, I can't. So that one you'll do. That one's getting to the top of that last one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's promising. I look at the hour. If I can't get a clear signal, I'll look at the hour. And again, it's turning, isn't it? So I probably wouldn't.
Because you've got that yellow MA in there. What MA is that?
I don't know.
Is it on? You said MT5? Say
my favourite old non-lag MA that we've always used before.
Is it on MT5? You've got this, is it?
Yeah. It's a non-lag MA on 6.
You did send it to me, didn't you?
6 length, yeah. Oh, H4 over.
Right. What would you do that year award?
I wouldn't. No, because it's below the thing. Look on the hour. Again, see it's turning. So when it's below the previous wick, it tends to, if you look on the short time frame, it turns. I mean, that's, again, I bet that's turning on the 1 hour. Yeah. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of signals this time of the day. That's, again, it's above this wick. So
I'm just thinking, is there a better time? And obviously, it doesn't matter because you're trying to manage this with the time of you working and things like that.
This looks a good one. We'll just confirm it, but it's still going up. If I had time, I'd wait to see if this went over this wick.
But then look at down the Stotch and the TDI, they're flattening.
Yeah, that's going up. What's it 30 look like? That might bounce because it's starting to go back up there. The MA is.
Yeah.
But so there's plenty of other fish. Just look at another.
Yeah, I would think it's my time. Sometimes I go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, you see.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm just letting it do what it's doing at the moment. Because, if I make a couple of dollars, make $100. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? I can manage it. As soon as it goes off, I know what I'm doing. I say I know what I'm doing. I'm managing myself out of the trades. But thinking, if there is maybe a time in the morning which still looks half decent, because after 3 o'clock it starts turning around, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Because 3 o'clock, like that there, you've got that drop down there from this morning. What time was that? You got midnight one. So at 3 o'clock it went down this morning, and then it jumped back up again, didn't it? That one.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good signal. I'd take this one. I'd stick this on buys for an hour. That's a nice strong trend in the lower time frame as well. So it's very unlikely to reverse now suddenly. So I think this is probably good for an hour.
And that's all you're doing. Excuse me. That's all you're doing is an hour, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at.
That's really good. just that hour and getting in, getting out.
Yeah.
And you're generally out as well within like an hour afterwards, kind of give or take a few minutes.
I look at me, I sit there and put my phone up on my desk at work. I'm like, no, I'm out. What am I going to do? What am I going to look at for the rest of the day? Keep looking at stuff. I've got nothing to look at. There's bugger all in there. That's it. It's at the end of it. Might look at end of season. Yeah.
You're not doing. Let me just ask a question. You're not doing it. You're not doing a multiplier, are you? So you're just keeping it as the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And how much? What challenge price are you going to go for?
50. Oh,
Buy 50 straight off.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
You're going to buy 50 straight off, you say?
No, if 50 is about 300 quid, so I'll probably buy 100 and
a 10
and use that to buy 50 with.
Right, so you're going to buy 10k, did you say?
Yeah, it's about 100 quid, isn't it?
Okay. No, the reason I'm asking that question, mate, and I know you're probably shouting me down here when you tell me no, but one of the other pot firms, the funded trader, is probably up there with FTMO and things like that.
Right.
They've got 50% off at the moment on their 10k challenges.
Right.
Just to let you know. So, it's so let me just have a look now. And they're pretty good, they are. They're pretty. You've got to get a Royal account because you would be doing on an EA. So I'm just trying to MT5. And then you put so it's about 100. What's FTMO? How many dollars is that?
107 quid, I think, for a $10,000 account.
Oh right, okay, I might have done this wrong then. It's not giving me a 50k at the moment.
Right.
But even the 50k on theirs is only 289. But yeah, so that's about 200 quid. But hey, have a look at that. I think so. But yeah, FTMO is good, obviously, because we know how it works.
Yeah.
But TFT are pretty good, actually, to be fair, and they pay 95% and things like that. So they got some good deals going on.
I'm just used to FTMO because they give the free demo, and I'm used to the interface and stuff. So
I know. I totally agree with you.
I'm not going to pay.
I haven't gone with demo. I haven't gone with FTMO yet.
Yeah, I just want to run another couple of 3 demos probably, just to make sure. Once I know it's consistent, and I'll trust it, and I'll put money behind it then. But
well, yeah,
signs are good. I mean,
yeah, and I get what you're saying.
The last month I've been doing quite a few demos, and they've been going good until one day screws it up. Using that monitor thing. This is the first week when I've been doing this. I looked at the weekend about the candles and stuff last weekend, so I thought, okay, we'll try this on the 4-hour. And so I did it on that 25.25 lot ones just on the first day, and they're all out by about 9 o'clock.
Well, you keep saying it, Neil. You're just doing an hour.
This lot.
You're just doing an hour. That's the thing.
9:21 to 10:34 on that day. The next day, 8:52, and it was out by. I think one went overnight, but all the others are out by 10:47.
Went overnight, did it?
This one did, didn't it? Oh no, this is when I traded in the evening.
All right.
So yeah, this is out by 10:47.
You've got time because obviously you've got New York open, and then you've got New York lunchtime. Then you've got I talked about that 5 o'clock earlier, 6 o'clock. That's when New York comes back after lunch,
right?
Which is why it tends to reverse on you and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's on a Thursday. I had that at 8 o'clock start. It did, and I think I was all out by 10:48. Well,
11 o'clock,
11:18, and I had a couple. One, I think this NZD CAD ran on, and that closed off at 20 in the evening.
Right. Okay.
But everything else shut, but then it went into a few because it was went into 0.1s. This is that one that went into 0.1.
So what day was that NZ-CAD? Why did that do that?
That was
You look
Thursday.
back and see it?
Well, you can't win everything. It came out.
No. So yeah,
Uh,
as long as you got out, it doesn't matter, does it?
no, on Friday, 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock. 3 hours max to gracefully close everything.
You say so. You put on graceful, then you say, yeah,
Yeah. So I'll start at 9.
yeah.
Server time, 9 o'clock, and it'll stop trading at 10 server time. So it's trading up to about this, still trading here, then it'll stop trading here, and then these are all graceful closes then.
So you did, because it's minus 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you put 10 o'clock, which
She's 8 o'clock. So yeah, I started.
yeah. So you put. So what I'm saying is, you literally you put 10 o'clock in the box in the settings, and it's in 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That makes sense. That does, and it's not too overboard with too much information, is it?
No. I mean, this is today's. That was Bank Holiday Mondays. They all went nuts, but then they closed it anyway. Then this morning, stop trading there, and then these gracefully closed up until this one I did when I got home, and then this one went a bit nuts, but it came back and closed okay, only on 3 positions.
Right.
And I took the loss.
What was the Odd New Zealand? Go back to that one. What was just refresh my mind? What happened there again?
That was that spike.
Yeah, cool. And that's why it's just like gave you false information, didn't it?
Yeah. So I was on buys here. That's made a massive buy candle, a bullish candle. So I put it on buys here, and I was made a bit. No, it's not going to go, is it?
Yeah, you want to, you do that, mate. It's just on behind to nothing, isn't it?
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, it's never going to come back, was it?
No. So I made 2 good trades, and then it got into this one.